Hey everyone, welcome to a new video of Amazon Clone. Yes, I know this video is kinda late because I was working over the UI kit of our Amazon Clone. So in this video, I'll show you how to cache the JWT that we'll be producing and also how to navigate automatically to the home screen instead of going to the splash screen again and again. So without any further ado, let's get started. So first of all, what I will be doing, here you can see my server is working over 8080. Now make sure you have seen the previous video so you getting any confusions. So first of all, what I can do, I can go under my postpay.yaml file, and under my postpay.yaml file, I will be getting a dependency known as cache manager. So here I will be simply writing a dependency known as cache manager. Now this dependency of cache manager will be helping us in caching the JWT, storing it under a cache, and also navigating the user automatically to the home screen if he is logged in or login screen if he is not logged in. So right now you can see here I have my emulator. So what I can really do, I can press F5 and debug my entire application, go to my emulator. Alright, so here you can see we have got our application up and ready. Now I know the UI is not great here, but trust me, the UI kit will be out under some days and there will be amazing UI for our Amazon clone. So right now what I'll be doing, here you can see under my presentation, I have got some views. So here what I'll be doing, right, let's first of all shift the sign up view under the authentication tab, just like this. So here under my views, I will be getting a new view for the splash screen. So here I'll be simply writing splash.view and .dart. Right. So here I'll be creating some boilerplate splash screen. So for that purpose, let's have a stateless widget of splash, or instead of a stateless widget, let's have a stateful widget because we shall be requiring the timer necessity. Right. So here my splash view will be giving me a container just like this. Let's have our body for now. Under body, we will be having a container, and under container, having a center. And under center, I will be having a child to be, let's say, a text, and the text will be saying nothing but simply Amazon. Right. So here I'll be simply having some style. So here I'll be having style to be, let's say, or let's go without style. Nothing matter for now. So you can see we have got our boilerplate thing. I can go under my app routes. Under my app routes, I will be creating a new route. Where I'll be simply calling my new route to be splash, just like this, having a right spelling. And here I'll be simply writing splash view. Right now you can see I got my initial route. So I can go back under my main.dart, and here I can simply have a route to be splash route. Have a proper spelling and press Control. That is simply press or restart. So let's wait for it. Alright, so you can see we have got our Amazon application. So right now what we need to do, first of all, whenever the user will be logging or signing up under our application, we need to cache that data. Right, so I can go under my authentication qubit, and here you can see we have got two methods of login and sign up. Right, so here you can see I got my response that I am printing up. Now what I'll be doing, under my is sign phrase of if condition, I'll be simply writing the cache. So what I can do, I can simply say await for it, and I can simply say write cache, and here I can simply say write cache dot set string. Now the string name key will be JWT and the value will be nothing but simply the entire JWT. So simply save it for now, and I can copy the entire line and I can paste it under the response, or if the response is not equal to null. Right, so this will be one as well. Alright, so the value will be nothing but, let's say, another one. Under sign up, what we can do, we can simply decode the entire response one more time similar to this side. I can paste it here and I can simply have my JWT. So right now you can see we are simply storing up our entire cache. Now what we also need to do, we also need to read the cache, right? And the cache manager provides a method for simply reading the cache under a dynamic way. So for that purpose, what I'll do, under my splash view, I will be having a new future method of initiate, right? Initiate cache, right? It will be a new method of initiate cache. Now for that purpose, I will make this process to be asynchronous, and under my initiate cache method, what I'll do, I'll simply use the method from our cache manager. So here I can simply write cache manager utils, and you can simply press dot, and you will be getting a method of conditional cache. Now under case of conditional cache, you will be requiring here a key, a value type, an action if the JWT is null, that is if the value of is null, or if the value is not null. Right. So what I can really do, first of all, I can say the key is nothing but here JWT, key, and the value type is nothing but simply a class type of value type dot string value. Right. Now if the action is null, what I can do, I can navigate the user to my login screen. Else if the value is not null, I can navigate the user to the home screen. Right now what I can do, I can simply use my navigator. So let's have our navigator, and here I can simply say of context dot push named, and the route name will be simply nothing but simply login if the JWT is null. But if the JWT is not null, what we can do, we can navigate the user to the home screen. right? So let's copy the following block and paste it here. Now the home screen will be requiring, that is our home screen will be requiring one. If I go under my home, that is our app routes, you can see I got my home here. So I can copy that and I can paste it here, right? So here I will be having the method of initiate cache. We can make it a private variable just like this. Now what we need to do, we need to initiate the following method once the following view is fired up. So I can use the init state method. So under case of init state method, what I can do, I can add a new timer. To add the timer, you have to import Dart async library. Now under my timer, what I can do, I can say a duration. So I can say duration of seconds, let's say 1 second, and after that some action for it. Now the action will be nothing but simply initiate cache, right? Underscore initiate cache. Now this will be our entire method for a timer, right? After 1 second, it will be rebuilding the entire cache. It will be checking if the following key type of string value of key to be JWT is null or not. If it is null, it will be navigating us to login screen. If it is not null, it will be navigating us to the home screen. So right now I can save it and now let's try it out. So for try it out, I can close off my entire application. Yes, you need to do this and you have to simply press F5 one more time. Now the cache manager utility is very helpful for our entire application under flutters and etc. So make sure you hit that like button on the cache manager's pub.dev page because that package is developed by me. It will be awesome if you share this package under your friends and hit that like button on that package. So right now you can see we have got a splash screen for 1 second. So right now let's change it for 5 seconds for a demonstration. So let's save it and press hot restart one more time. Now you can see initially our splash screen will be initiated. You can see here we will be having a splash screen for 5 seconds. Now the JWT is null. That's why we will be getting navigated to the login screen. But right now what we can do, we can log in under our application. Right now I'll be simply using aniket@gmail.com and his password. So here I can say 123456789 and simply log in for now. Once I am logged in, you can see I am getting login is successful and my JWT. Now if I hot restart my entire application one more time, the splash screen will be fired up for 5 seconds and after 5 seconds we will be getting navigated to our home screen. That's because our cache is not null. Right now you can see we are getting navigated to our home screen because the cache is not null. So I can go to my home screen, that is home view, and I can have my app bar for now. So here app bar, let's have a title, let's say home view. So here let's have our home view. Alright, the title requires a widget, not a string. So here I'll be simply having here a home view. And now under my home view, I will be having a logout button. So for that purpose, I will be having a fab, that is floating action button. So under my flab, I can simply have a floating action button. On tapping over it, we should be reviewing our entire cache. So here I will be simply having a floating action button for now. Here is it. And here on tapping over it, what I can do, I can say delete cache. And for that purpose, I can say delete key. The key name will be nothing but JWT. Right. Now the delete cache method will be also giving us some action. So for that purpose, what I can do, I can simply use navigator. So here I can simply open my entire protocol and under this I can simply say navigator dot off context and push ourselves. So let's have push name to the login screen. Here backslash login. So right now let's test it out as well. So if I type it here, right, so I guess we don't have to call this. So I can remove it and paste it here as well. Yeah. So right now let's try to press this button and you can see we'll be navigated to our login screen. So if I hot restart my entire application, we should be seeing our splash screen for 5 seconds and after 5 seconds we'll be getting navigated to our login screen. So we are getting navigated to our login screen. So let's say Aniket logs in one more time. So here I can simply say aniket@gmail.com and his password. And if I try to log in, we'll be getting navigated to our home screen. And if I hot restart everything, we should be getting navigated to our home screen rather than our login screen because the person, that is the user, is logged in. Okay, we are getting navigated to our home screen. And if I press this button, we'll be getting logged out from our application. And for that purpose, if I hot restart the entire session, it will be getting navigated to our splash screen first. And after that, it will be getting navigated us to the login screen. Now I hope you have loved this tutorial because this is a problem of so many people about how to navigate the user automatically to the home screen and splash screen, etc. and etc. Also make sure you have hit the like button on this cache manager. It will be awesome if the following cache manager is shared under so many developers. So till then I will see you in another good video of Amazon Clone. Till then, have a good day.